The NFL world is on fire right now, because what went down in Travis Hunter's personal life has everybody talking. Imagine this. You've just secured your dream career, millions in contracts, endorsements piling up, fans chanting your name, and at the heart of it all, the woman you thought was your forever. But then in one shocking, heart-stopping moment, everything comes crashing down. Reports are swirling that Travis Hunter, the young superstar who was supposed to be living the fairy tale life, actually caught his own wife in the arms of someone he trusted the most, his own teammate. Yes, you heard that right. The betrayal wasn't from a stranger, not even from some random outsider, but from a man who shares the same locker room, who trains alongside him, who is supposed to have his back on the field. And when Travis walked in on what was happening, witnesses say he completely lost it. Fans are already calling this one of the messiest scandals the league has ever seen, and the fallout is just beginning. How did it come to this? What really happened that night? And can Travis ever recover from this level of heartbreak and humiliation? Stick around, because this story only gets wilder. Travis Hunter's life had always seemed like something out of a dream. A Heisman winner, a second overall pick in the NFL draft, and a multi-million-dollar contract that secured his future for years to come. Add to that the love of his life, Lee Ellen Lay, the woman he had adored since college, and the story practically wrote itself. Football's golden boy with his perfect queen by his side. Every time they were photographed together on red carpets or courtside at NBA games, fans would flood social media with hashtags like couple goals and "Oh, Travis and Lee forever." But behind the polished Instagram pictures and glowing interviews, cracks were already forming. Travis was spending long nights at practice, endless flights to away games, and exhausting endorsement shoots that kept him away from home. Lee Ellen, used to having her man's attention, was starting to feel lonely. And in the shadows of the locker room, whispers started spreading about a certain teammate, wide receiver Marcus King. Marcus was flashy, smooth-talking, and known for his late-night escapades, but no one expected this kind of drama. According to sources close to the Hunter family, Travis had been suspicious for weeks. He'd come home and something just felt off, one insider spilled. Lee Ellen would avoid eye contact. Her phone was always face down, and whenever Marcus's name came up, she'd change the subject. But Travis, loyal to the bone, brushed it off, until one night when everything unraveled in the most humiliating way possible. Picture this. Travis comes home early from a team meeting, tired but eager to surprise his wife with dinner. He walks into his mansion, quiet, too quiet. He calls out, "Lee? Babe?" No answer. The air feels heavy, the silence almost staged. And then he hears it. Soft laughter. A man's voice. Coming from upstairs, Travis's heart pounded like he was on the 50-yard line during the Super Bowl. He walked slowly, quietly up the staircase, each step heavier than the last. As he reached the bedroom door, the laughter turned into something else, something undeniable. And when he pushed that door open, there it was, his worst nightmare unfolding before his eyes. His wife, the woman who had promised him forever, was in bed with Marcus King. Witnesses close to the scene claimed that Travis's reaction was explosive. He didn't hold back his emotions. He screamed, cursed, and even threw a lamp across the room. "How could you do this to me?" Travis roared, his voice shaking the walls. Marcus, scrambling to cover himself, tried to stammer out an excuse. "Bro, it's not what it looks like." But it was exactly what it looked like. Lee Ellen, crying and panicked, rushed toward Travis, pleading, "Please, just let me explain. It's not what you think." But the betrayal cut too deep. The look in Travis's eyes, as described by insiders, was a mix of heartbreak, rage, and disbelief. This wasn't just a cheating scandal, it was a total collapse of trust. The drama didn't stop there. According to neighbors, shouting went on for nearly an hour. Travis accused Marcus of being a snake and a backstabber. He told Lee Ellen that she had destroyed everything, and warned Marcus that he would never be able to show his face in the locker room again. "You think you can stand next to me on that field after this?" Travis allegedly yelled. "You're dead to me!" But here's where things took an even crazier turn. Instead of storming out immediately, Travis sat in the living room, holding his head in his hands while Marcus and Lee Ellen argued upstairs. Witnesses say they could hear the two whispering frantically, as if plotting what to do next. Marcus reportedly begged Lee Ellen not to let the truth come out. "If this gets out, my career is over," he whispered. But little did they know it was already too late. Someone, no one knows who yet, recorded the entire confrontation on their phone. The audio of Travis yelling, "I trusted you," and Marcus replying, "It just happened, man," has been leaked online and fans are losing their minds. Twitter exploded within hours with hashtags like "Jewel Pray for Travis" and "Locker Room Betrayal." Sports analysts are already questioning how this scandal will affect team chemistry, while gossip blogs are dissecting every photo of Travis and Lee Ellen from the past year for signs of trouble. And if you thought that was messy, hold on, because this story is just getting started. Insiders claim Travis didn't just walk away quietly. No, he made a vow that night. "This isn't over. You both are going to regret this." Fans are asking, will Travis file for divorce? The morning after the explosive confrontation, the Hunter household was a battlefield of silence. Travis had spent the night pacing the living room floor, replaying the betrayal over and over in his head. His once untouchable image of love, loyalty, and brotherhood was shattered. As the sun crept through the blinds, he made a decision. This wasn't going to stay a private matter. By noon, news outlets had already caught wind of the situation. TMZ-style blogs reported, "Travis Hunter catches wife cheating and you won't believe with who." Screenshots of the leaked audio circulated everywhere. Sports radio shows lit up with callers asking if Marcus King should be suspended. Fans who had idolized Travis and Lee Ellen as a power couple suddenly flooded Instagram comments with snake emojis under her photos. Travis himself didn't speak publicly at first, but his silence said it all. He unfollowed both Lee Ellen and Marcus on social media. He deleted every picture of his wife from his Instagram grid. And then came the real dagger. He posted a cryptic story that simply read, "Loyalty over everything. Don't play with me." Meanwhile, Lee Ellen was spiraling. Friends close to her claimed she locked herself in her parents' house and refused to answer calls. She allegedly told one confidant, "I don't know how it happened. I was lonely." Marcus was just there. But excuses didn't matter now. The public had already turned against her. The locker room, though, was where things got truly volatile. Travis showed up to practice 2 days later. His jaw clenched, his eyes cold. Teammates said the tension was so thick, nobody dared crack a joke. Normally, Travis was the life of the room, laughing, hyping everyone up. But this time he walked in, dropped his bag, and stared directly at Marcus. "You got something to say to me?" Travis demanded, his voice echoing off the walls. Marcus tried to play it cool, but his hands were shaking. "Bro, I said I was sorry. It wasn't supposed to." "Shut your mouth," Travis snapped, stepping closer. "You think you can disrespect me like that? And just come in here like nothing happened? You're a disgrace." Coaches had to intervene, pulling Travis back before things got physical. But the damage was done. Word spread fast through the team. There was no fixing this. The brotherhood was broken. One insider revealed some of the guys sided with Travis, obviously, but a few were whispering that maybe he should have kept this private. Now the whole world knows and the team looks like a circus. Fans, however, didn't hesitate to pick a side. Travis was hailed as the victim, the heartbroken star who deserved better. Marcus was dragged mercilessly online. People dug up old tweets of his, mocking him for once tweeting, "Loyalty is rare." One viral post read, "This man talking about loyalty while sleeping with his teammate's wife. Clown behavior." And just when you thought things couldn't get messier, Travis's family entered the picture. His mother, fiercely protective, went live on Facebook to air her feelings. "Let me tell you all something," she began, her voice trembling with fury. "My son gave that woman everything. My son gave that woman everything. He built her a life most people only dream of. And she goes and does this? With one of his so-called brothers? Now she's dead to us." Fans were stunned as the video racked up millions of views. Comments poured in like, "Mama Hunter said what she said." And you know it's real when mom steps in. But Lee Ellen's family had their own say. Her sister posted a cryptic tweet. "Y'all don't know the full story. Keep judging from the outside if you want." Immediately, speculation exploded. What was she hinting at? Could there be more to this scandal than meets the eye? The pressure on Travis was unbearable. He was expected to keep performing on the field, but every reporter's question turned back to the drama. "How are you handling things off the field?" one asked during a press conference. Travis paused, stared into the cameras, and replied coldly, "I handle my business where it matters. The rest y'all don't need to know." Behind closed doors, though, emotions were boiling over. Sources say Travis considered filing for divorce immediately, but his advisors urged him to slow down. Think about your image, your endorsements, they warned. Don't let them see you crumble. But Travis wasn't thinking about money. He was thinking about revenge. One night, at a small gathering with close friends, he allegedly slammed his fist on the table and said, "I don't care about the money. I don't care about the fame. I want them both to pay." His friends, shocked, begged him not to do anything reckless, but Travis's fury was uncontrollable, and then came the twist nobody saw coming. Lee Ellen broke her silence. In an exclusive interview with a gossip site, she claimed that her marriage had been falling apart for months, and that Travis wasn't the man everyone thought he was. She painted herself as the neglected wife, ignored while Travis chased fame. "Marcus didn't mean to hurt anyone," she said tearfully. "He was just there when I needed someone to talk to. I know it looks bad, but Travis wasn't innocent either." The internet erupted. Half the fans called her a liar, accusing her of gaslighting Travis to save face. The other half started wondering, was there some truth in her words? Did Travis, in his rise to superstardom, neglect the very woman he promised to love? This revelation tore the fan base apart. Some still saw Travis as the betrayed husband. Others began questioning whether his temper and obsession with football might have driven Lee Ellen into Marcus's arms. One viral TikTok with millions of views speculated, maybe Travis isn't as perfect as we thought. Maybe the marriage was doomed before this. But while the public debated, Travis was done listening to excuses. Insiders revealed he planned to file for divorce after the season, and he demanded Marcus be traded immediately. The team, desperate to contain the chaos, started holding secret meetings to decide Marcus's fate. But Travis wasn't waiting around for decisions. He confronted Marcus one final time in front of teammates, spitting out the words, "You'll never wear this jersey again. Not while I'm here." The drama had now escalated beyond personal betrayal. It was threatening to tear apart an entire NFL franchise. And as the season rolled on, fans noticed the tension wasn't dying down. If anything, it was getting worse. Teammates barely spoke to Marcus, and Travis refused to line up on the same side of the field as him during practice. Coaches had no choice but to bench Marcus temporarily, but that only fueled more speculation. Was Marcus's career about to end over this scandal? And yet, another twist loomed just around the corner. Because while everyone was focused on the betrayal, nobody saw the next revelation coming. Rumors began to circulate that Marcus wasn't the only one Lee Ellen had been entertaining. Could there have been more than one man in the picture? Just when the scandal seemed like it couldn't possibly get any worse, new whispers began echoing through both the locker room and the gossip blogs. At first, it was a simple rumor, an anonymous Reddit thread claiming that Marcus King might not have been the only teammate tangled up with Lee Ellen. Most fans brushed it off as internet trolling. But then a journalist dropped a bombshell. There was evidence that Lee Ellen had been secretly involved with another player from Travis's team. The sports world froze. Could it be true? Could the betrayal cut even deeper than what Travis had already discovered? Within days, screenshots began circulating. DMs allegedly between Lee Ellen and another teammate, cornerback Jordan Matthews, surfaced online. The messages were flirty, full of late-night heart emojis and one that read, "When Travis is out of town, you know where to find me." Fans lost their minds. "Two teammates," one viral tweet screamed. Another read, "Lee Ellen running through the whole roster, this is insane." Suddenly the scandal wasn't just about betrayal, it was about humiliation on a scale nobody could have imagined. When Travis saw the screenshots, insiders say he completely broke down. "He punched a hole through the wall," one close friend revealed. It wasn't just anger anymore. It was heartbreak, humiliation, everything all at once. He kept saying, "How could she do this? How could she embarrass me like this?" The betrayal wasn't just personal, it was public. The NFL community began whispering that Travis was losing control, that the scandal was affecting his focus on the field. His performance in one game was noticeably off. He dropped passes, missed tackles, and looked distracted. Commentators speculated live on air. You have to wonder if what's happening off the field is weighing on Hunter. He just doesn't look like himself. Meanwhile, Marcus King and Jordan Matthews became public enemies. Both men were booed when they showed up at practice facilities. Paparazzi caught Marcus hiding his face under a hoodie, while Jordan posted a mysterious tweet that read, "Not everything you see is real. Believe half." Fans were quick to reply, so which half is real? The cheating or the lying? But the wildest moment came when Travis decided he wasn't staying quiet anymore. After another painful loss on the field, he stood in front of reporters with fire in his eyes and said, "I gave my loyalty to people who didn't deserve it. And now everyone sees the truth. I'm done protecting snakes. I'm focused on football. And anyone trying to distract me is already cut off from my life." The clip went viral instantly. Fans cheered him on with thousands of comments like, "King energy," and "Stand strong, Travis, we got your back." But others couldn't ignore how broken he looked, his voice shaking as he tried to keep his composure. Lee Ellen, on the other hand, went into full damage control. In another interview, she denied the Jordan Matthews rumors. "People are spreading lies to make me look worse than I already do," she sobbed. "Yes, I made mistakes, but I'm not some monster. I love Travis. I still love him. I just lost myself." Her tears did little to sway the public. Screenshots kept popping up, with more alleged evidence of her entanglements. A photo of her leaving a hotel lobby with Jordan late at night. A voice note supposedly from her saying, "He doesn't even notice when I'm gone." Fans were relentless. The hashtag #ChewLeeEllenExposed trended for days, and memes flooded timelines portraying her as the ultimate villain. Inside Travis's family, emotions boiled over. His sister posted a savage Instagram story. "Play stupid games, win stupid prizes. She played with my brother's heart, and now the whole world sees her true colors." Meanwhile, his father reportedly advised him to walk away from everything. Start fresh and don't look back. But walking away wasn't so simple. Endorsement deals began to tremble under the weight of the scandal. A major sports drink company reportedly paused their campaign with Travis, worried about brand image. Some commentators even questioned if Travis should take time off the field to recover emotionally. The pressure was mounting from every direction. And then came the twist of all twists. Marcus King, tired of being painted as the ultimate villain, went live on Instagram. His words sent shockwaves through the league. "Y'all keep dragging me, acting like I'm the only bad guy here," he ranted. "But let me tell you, Travis ain't as innocent as he looks. You want to know why Lee Ellen stepped out? 'Cause she wasn't happy. He was too busy being Mr. Perfect for the cameras, while ignoring her behind closed doors. Yeah, I messed up, but don't act like your golden boy didn't push her away first." The live had over 200,000 viewers, and clips immediately went viral. Fans were stunned. Was Marcus deflecting, or was there some truth? Did Travis's obsession with football blind him to the cracks in his marriage? Travis didn't take long to respond. Just hours later, he tweeted, "Blame me all you want. But betrayal is betrayal. Don't twist the story to make yourself look better. You knew what you were doing, period." The back and forth ignited the internet. Comment sections became war zones, some defending Travis, others calling him out for playing the victim. Sports shows debated endlessly, with one analyst saying, "This is turning into a soap opera." The NFL has never seen drama like this. Meanwhile, Jordan Matthews tried to distance himself. Through his agent, he released a statement denying any romantic involvement with Lee Ellen. Jordan categorically denies the allegations. He has always respected his teammate and his family. But fans weren't buying it. "Of course he's denying it," one fan wrote. "They always deny until the proof drops." And proof was exactly what surfaced next. A blurry but damning video leaked online of Lee Ellen and Jordan at what looked like a rooftop bar, kissing under the neon lights. Fans went ballistic. "Case closed," one commenter screamed. Another said Travis's whole marriage was a lie. At this point, Travis was shattered. His teammates described him as a shell of himself, barely speaking, headphones in at all times, eyes glazed over during meetings. He was there physically, but mentally you could tell he was gone, one teammate admitted. It's like he was living in a nightmare he couldn't wake up from. But the drama wasn't over. In fact, it was about to explode even further. Because while Travis struggled to hold himself together, Lee Ellen made a shocking move. She filed for separation, beating him to the punch. In court documents, she cited irreconcilable differences and requested spousal support. Fans erupted in outrage. "She cheats and then she wants money?" One person tweeted. Another said, "This is the definition of audacity." The story dominated headlines. From power couple to public war, the Hunter divorce turns ugly. By now, what began as one betrayal had spiraled into a full-blown disaster. Teammates divided, fans enraged, families feuding, and Travis teetering on the edge. But little did anyone know the most shocking revelation was still ahead, because there was one secret buried deep that threatened to flip the entire scandal on its head. By this point, the Travis Hunter scandal wasn't just trending, it had become the #1 topic across sports, gossip, and even mainstream news. Every outlet was plastered with headlines like NFL Golden Boy humiliated and locker room betrayal shakes football. Travis's marriage was collapsing. His teammates were divided, and fans were left in shock after the revelation of multiple affairs. It felt like the story had reached its peak. But then came the twist that left everyone speechless. It started with whispers from a so-called anonymous source close to the Hunter family. At first, the claims sounded too wild to be true. But when proof started leaking, it became clear there was a secret none of us saw coming. According to the source, Lee Ellen hadn't just been unfaithful. She had allegedly been keeping a dark secret from Travis for years. One of the most jaw-dropping claims. That Travis's young daughter, whom he had proudly called his greatest blessing, might not even be his biological child. The internet exploded. Fans didn't want to believe it. Could the betrayal really go this deep? Screenshots of old family photos resurfaced, with fans speculating over who the child resembled. Some even cruelly pointed to Jordan Matthews, suggesting that maybe his involvement with Lee Ellen had started long before anyone thought. Travis was said to be devastated. Insiders revealed he immediately ordered a private paternity test, desperate for answers. "He loves that little girl more than anything," one close friend said. "If he finds out she isn't his, it'll destroy him completely." The speculation reached fever pitch. Talk shows debated it endlessly. One host asked, "If the child isn't his, does he still raise her as his own, or does he cut all ties?" This isn't just gossip anymore. This is a man's life being torn apart. Fans flooded forums with arguments, some defending Lee Ellen, others calling her the ultimate villain of 2025. As all this unfolded, Marcus King tried to quietly request a trade. He wanted out of the city, out of the chaos, out of the shadow of Travis's fury. But the team refused, worried that trading him would look like they were rewarding bad behavior. Marcus was stuck, forced to face the icy stares of teammates and the roaring boos of fans every time he stepped on the field. Jordan Matthews, meanwhile, was crumbling under the pressure of his alleged involvement. Reporters hounded him outside his house, asking if he was the real father of Travis's child. He refused to answer, only fueling speculation. His silence was deafening, and then came the moment everyone had been waiting for. Travis finally broke his silence in a televised sit-down interview. Dressed in black, his face somber, he spoke directly to the camera. "I've been through hell these last few weeks," he began, his voice steady but heavy with pain. "I trusted people I thought loved me, and they broke me in ways I never thought possible. But I want to set the record straight. Whatever happens with the truth about my family, that little girl will always be my daughter. Blood or not, she's mine." The room fell silent. Fans across the world were moved, some even in tears. Social media erupted with support, calling him a true father and a man of integrity. It was a rare moment of strength in the middle of unimaginable chaos. But just when it seemed like Travis was reclaiming the narrative, Lee Ellen struck back with her own bombshell. In a teary Instagram live, she claimed Travis had been hiding his own secrets. "He's painting himself like a saint, but he's not perfect," she cried. "He wasn't always faithful either. He broke our vows first. He just doesn't want you to know that." The accusation lit the internet on fire. Could it be true? Had Travis also stepped out of the marriage before? Fans debated furiously, with some calling it a desperate attempt by Lee Ellen to shift blame, while others suggested maybe the perfect image of Travis. Hunter had always been a carefully crafted facade. The tension reached its breaking point when Travis and Marcus finally faced off publicly at a practice scrimmage. Witnesses say Travis lined up directly across from Marcus, his eyes burning with rage. When the whistle blew, Travis charged harder than anyone had ever seen. The two collided with such force that teammates rushed in to separate them before fists could fly. It was like watching two wild animals, one player said. That wasn't football anymore, that was personal war. Coaches were furious, management panicked, and fans knew one thing for sure. This team was never going to be the same again. By now, the scandal had spun so far out of control that people began calling it the NFL's real-life soap opera. Sports Illustrated ran a cover story titled Hunter versus the Betrayers, while gossip blogs crowned Lee Ellen the most hated woman in America. But here's the part that nobody saw coming. After weeks of speculation, the paternity test results finally came back. And against all odds, the child was indeed Travis's. The relief was visible in his face when he shared the news privately with family, though he didn't release it to the public. That's his little girl, one insider confirmed. Nothing could take that away from him. Still, the relief didn't undo the wreckage. His marriage was over. His trust in his teammates was shattered. His reputation had taken blow after blow. And yet fans felt a strange admiration for the way Travis carried himself in the middle of the storm. He had been humiliated, betrayed, mocked, but he never abandoned his child, and he never stopped fighting to keep his head above water. As the season came to a close, the team announced a shocking decision. Marcus King would be traded in the off-season. Jordan Matthews, meanwhile, was suspended indefinitely pending an internal investigation. It was clear the organization had chosen Travis. He was their future, their star, the face they were willing to protect at all costs. Lee Ellen, however, faded into the background. Paparazzi spotted her in tears, moving boxes out of the Hunter mansion. Rumor has it she plans to write a tell-all book about her side of the story. Whether fans will buy into her version of events remains to be seen, but one thing is certain. Her name will forever be linked to betrayal in the eyes of millions. And Travis? He's left standing in the wreckage of a life he once thought was perfect. Betrayed by love, betrayed by brotherhood, yet somehow still finding the strength to move forward. As one fan tweeted, Travis Hunter went from a couple goals to a living soap opera in 6 weeks, but he's still our QB1 and we ride with him. The story might be ending for now, but the scars will last forever. And for Travis Hunter, the question remains, can he ever truly trust again? Or will this betrayal haunt him for the rest of his career? So after weeks of jaw-dropping revelations, betrayals, accusations, and public humiliation, where does that leave Travis Hunter? He's a man who walked in on the unthinkable, his wife and his teammate in bed together, and watched as that one night spiraled into a storm that nearly destroyed his career, his family, and his sanity. Fans are still divided. Some see Travis as the heartbroken victim, a man who gave everything to his marriage and was rewarded with betrayal. Others believe the cracks were always there, that maybe fame, pressure, and the spotlight played a bigger role in the downfall of his relationship than anyone wants to admit. And then there's Lee Ellen, hated by millions, yet still trying to rewrite her story, painting herself as misunderstood rather than malicious. Whether the public forgives her remains to be seen. The final twist, the paternity test proving his daughter is truly his, gave Travis a small victory in the middle of all this chaos. But the scars of this scandal won't heal overnight. His trust in the people closest to him has been shattered, his family torn apart, and his locker room forever changed. And now the questions remain. Will Travis rise from the ashes stronger than ever, turning this betrayal into motivation on the field? Or will the pain of what happened behind closed doors haunt him for the rest of his career? Can Marcus King and Jordan Matthews ever escape the shadow of being branded traitors? And will Lee Ellen truly fade into obscurity or come back with an explosive tell-all that reopens every wound? One thing's for sure, this story is far from over, and now we want to hear from you. What do you think about this shocking scandal? Do you feel for Travis, or do you think there's more to the story than what we've seen? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Hit that like button if you're just as stunned as we are, and don't forget to subscribe for more unbelievable drama like this. Trust me, you won't want to miss what's coming next.